Hello ladies and gentlemen, good to see you again. This is Mr. Kitis coming to you with a new video. We're going to go ahead and connect our Backendless database and tables to our Android application. In order to start, go ahead and log into your Backendless account, at which point you'll see your dashboard as is on my screen. And start by creating an app. Go click Create App and type in the name of it. In our case, this should be Trip Tracker. You can see on the screen I've already gone ahead and done this. And you'll notice that as you create it, some information pops up right after. First off, it tells you the developer, in this case me, and our application name, but it also gives you some information in this screen over here. Two important pieces are going to be the application ID and our Android API key. And we're going to use those inside of Android Studio in order to connect our Backendless databases to our application. You can go ahead and actually copy the application ID to your clipboard now, one of the two pieces of data, as we move back over to Android Studio to start getting set up. Now, first things first, before we can go ahead and put any information into Android Studio, we need to give our application the ability to connect to the internet. We're using online databases not stored on the device, and it's important for us to be able to access them. So if you open the file I've included, labeled Video Notes, the top two lines are specifically for this purpose. If you take a look, they are user permission tags, and they access Android.permission.internet and Android.permission.access network state. These two pieces of information are going to allow our app to use the internet connection on the tablet that we're using, or if you're uploading it to your phone, to access those online databases remotely. That way you don't have to have them on your device. This is how many applications work, to allow you to transfer your data and see it in multiple places. The second thing we need to do is going to require going into the login activity Java. Make sure that you're in the Java folder and the very first package that comes up. And if you go to where we normally put our attributes, you'll notice I've included a few variables again inside of that little file. They're all private static finals. They're constants. And the first piece of information there is your app ID, and we're going to paste that directly from our website. Little mouse syntax error there. The second piece of this is our API key, another piece of info that we're going to get from the Backendless website. We want to be careful now. There's a bunch of API keys here. We want to make sure that we select the information from Android API. And then go ahead again, copy and paste. Last but certainly not least, you can enter your email address. And you're all good to go. You'll notice I included the server URL for you, so you don't need to worry about typing that in. And our email preferences we're going to leave as the default. Make it nice and simple. So now that our data is set up, the last thing we need to do to get ready before class is to actually create the user of our database inside of our application. To do that, grab the last piece of information I gave you and make sure you put it right inside of the onCreate method. Very important. If it's not in the onCreate, you're going to get a lot of syntax errors. And this snippet's fairly simple. It's going to create a new user of type Backendless. It's going to set the email to our email from up top. You can set your password wherever you want. I'm going to go ahead and use Joyful. And then it's going to use the user service to register our user as a new Backendless user. Okay. After that, it's going to go ahead and run the call. And at the handle response, we'll go ahead and find out what happened. Hopefully it'll be a positive response. It won't fail. We'll know that we've been successfully registered. Once you've got your code in, go ahead and click the Run. It appears our tablet is currently running the application. Let's go ahead and update that. We'll restart it onto the device. It's probably in the background. The build hopefully won't take too long, and what should occur is once we've run this, as you can see it's already built and it's installing the APK, we should be able to now go over to the browser, into our Trip Tracker, and click on this little icon here, followed by the link to the schema management, and you'll see that we now have a users table, and everything went pretty well. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow during class. Have a great evening.